I upgraded 3 of the biggest keys I have in my collection. If you guys want to know about the details of what I was able to do to get these 3 upgraded, stay tuned for the entire video. I'll go over prices that I paid, books that I was able to trade for this Blockbuster deal. It was a 3-way trade among 2 other collectors and myself. So this was a huge day in my upgrading of my collection. Make sure to stay to the end of the video to get all the details. Stay tuned. Welcome guys to another hunting video, and today we are on our way to do a huge Blockbuster trade. I have 2 different collectors that I'm meeting up with today. I'll give you guys a good idea of what the totals are. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick transaction. It was nice and easy, and for such huge keys, I'm so happy that I was able to do such a seamless transaction. So let's go ahead and show the books that I have so far and go over the details of the transaction. So as you guys saw, I brought with me a X-Men #1 CGC 2.5. and that copy I've had for about 3 years now. Has a store stamp on it. It's really nice copy, very nice colors. That, along with a Hulk 181 off-white to white pages in a CGC 5.0. That one I originally bought about 3 or 4 years ago too. I bought that raw and got graded. And I also brought with me Amazing Spider-Man 129 first appearance of Punisher in a 7.5 white pages. So the deal was I would be bringing those 3 books, and the person I would be trading with would be bringing a copy of Amazing Spider-Man 129 in an 8.5. So it's now upgraded from a 7.5 to an 8.5. Absolutely gorgeous copy, very nice, almost perfect centering, I would say. The Comics Code Authority stamp, a little bit cut off on the top, but it's almost perfect. The side is really what I always look at. The spine is perfectly centered. The colors on this is even brighter than my 7.5, which a little bit brighter. My 7.5 was pretty bright, but this is on par, if not better. Off-white pages, pretty nice grade, 8.5. There's a look at the back, very nice back cover. So an awesome upgrade. I've always wanted to upgrade my copy, and now I have an upgraded 8.5. And the next book that was part of the transaction is Hulk 181 in a 6.0. So I was able to upgrade my 5.0 to this 6.0. And there is a look at this copy. This one has decent centering. There's a little bit white on the spine there, but still really, really nice. And the colors are super vibrant on this one as well. And this one's off-white to white pages. There's a copy. There is a look at the back. Very, very nice upgrade from a 5.0 to a 6.0. So I'm super happy about that. Been wanting to do that. And whenever I can do an upgrade, I prefer in person. That way, I mean, this was a perfect scenario. I was able to provide him my 5.0 for the 6.0, and then the 7.5 for the 8.5. And then he also provided me some cash as well. So the amount of cash that was added, because there was an X-Men 1 involved, he would provide the 6.0 Hulk 181, the Amazing Spider-Man 129, plus $7,565. So that was the cash that was added to the deal. And last but not least, he threw in a bonus book that was a gift because he knew this was my very first comic when I was 11 or 12 when I first started collecting, is X-Men #1 in a 9.8 with that custom label. I've never seen that custom label before in person, but it's stunning. Pretty cool add-on. That's very, very generous of him. But yeah, kind of a cool cherry on top that he gave me. So this video is not over, guys. I still have one transaction to go. I'm gonna go ahead and take the $7,565 and put that towards a new book. So you guys are gonna see what book I'm also adding to my collection, and stay tuned to the video. This is not over. You guys are gonna wanna stay for the grand finale. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, I am back from the journey that was quite interesting. So we went ahead and did a transaction for an X-Men 1, and let me go ahead and show you guys the actual book that I picked up, and then I'll go into details of what it took. Took quite a bit to get this book, but overall I'm super happy about it. So let's go ahead and show the book. Huge key for me, and one of my favorite books in my personal collection. That is X-Men 1, first appearance of the original X-Men, and also the first appearance of Magneto, Professor X, and all of the X-Men here on the cover. And this is graded a CGC 3.0 with off-white pages with a signature series, witness signature by Stan Lee. Absolutely gorgeous signature placement. This book, I've seen quite a few signature series, and I feel like this so far has been my favorite placement of the signature. Doesn't cover up any of the art, and this was signed back in 2011, so on August 10th, 2011. The notes on the label do say that there is one piece of tape on interior cover, which you can kind of see through the cover right there. And most of the time, this book is, you can see chipping right where the red is pretty easily, but this book does not have any chipping on the edge at all. And so colors present super nice. I'm so excited to be able to upgrade to this book. I used to have a 2.5. Here's the back. One of the things that the seller did say is there was an attempt to clean some residue, like some tape residue in the back, and they used some type of substance that made it a little foggy on the back. So this will probably be something that I'll need to recase. One of the things I might think about doing, and you guys can let me know in the comments if this would be a good idea, but look at that bend right here. This is a bend that goes pretty deep, and it looks like it's definitely a pressable defect. That bend right in the middle of the book. And there's quite a bit of dirt throughout the back towards the top here. That can probably be cleaned up as well. I'm not sure if that's dirt or stains, but that bend definitely looks like it can be pressed out. Also some dirt all throughout the book. There's a little bit of a tan to the book. It's not completely white, but still it's about the same as I used to have in the 2.5. So not super white, a little off-white on the cover, but still nice looking 3.0 signed by Stan Lee. So let's put this down for a second while I go over the transaction. I was interested in the book, that we were local to each other, and I would be willing to work with him in if he'd be open to a cash type trade deal. So I will go ahead and put up the video of some of the books I offered for trade. I mentioned to him that I can do $9,500 in cash and the rest in trade. I'd be open to doing 11,000 total in cash and trade, so 9,500 cash and 1,500 in trade. So let's go ahead and show some of those books. And once you guys see these books, I had a price on them, which I felt was fair market value. This was priced back in around October time. So some of the prices have actually adjusted even lower since. And I mentioned to him that it was around that time frame and he was okay with it. He was okay with that and didn't need to adjust any of the prices on the books. So he would choose, you know, a group of books that he wanted for his own collection that valued about $1,500. And so with the $9,500 cash, so as you guys remember earlier from the earlier clip, I got about $7,565, so $7,565 from selling the X-Men 2.5 plus upgrading those two books. And so what I ended up doing was using that money plus an additional $1,945 plus $1,500 in books. So the books I included in the trade was a Marvel Premiere 15, First Iron Fist, that was in a 5.0, and I also added a Conan the Barbarian, that was the CGC 3.0. Also added a Marvel Superheroes 20, that is the first solo story of Doctor Doom. Also the Fantastic Four Annual number 2, that is in a 2.5. And those were the books that included in the trade. Actually, lastly, I also included a She-Hulk number 1, 9.2 in the trade. So there was 5 books total that were included in the trade, roughly fair market value about $1,500. Ended up in total getting this X-Men 3.0. So X-Men 3.0 added to the collection, signature series, Stan Lee. Super happy about this. I will be holding on to this for a while, but I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think about this transaction. I was able to upgrade the Hulk 181 from a 5.0 to a 6.0, and then upgrade the Amazing Spider-Man 129 from a 7.5 to an 8.5, and ultimately upgrade the 2.5 to a 3.0. So out of pocket, I paid about $1,935 plus about $1,500 in books. Let me know what you guys think, and if I was able to get a good deal on these upgrades. The main benefit for me, I feel, is I was able to do everything in person, and there wasn't any seller fees or there wasn't any third-party fees I had to pay, and we avoided any type of shipping. And it was nice because now one of the things I didn't mention to you guys is this seller that sold me the X-Men 3.0, he has pretty much every major Marvel key available. He showed me his comic book room, and when he led me to the comic book room, I literally had stars in my eyes. I couldn't film any of the the comic book room, because it was his request. He didn't want any footage of it, which is understandable. He had pretty much everything. He had a Tales of Suspense 39, Avengers 1, Amazing Spider-Man 1. He had the full run of Amazing Spider-Man, even all the Silver Age. He had another copy of X-Men 1 that was raw. Some of them were raw and some of them were graded. He was primarily ungraded comic book collector, but he collected every key. He had DC keys as well, Batman number 3 Golden Age, and he also had a Brave and the Bold 28. So just an amazing collection. He said that he would consider me if he were to let any of those go. So that's an awesome contact to be able to have. So if he needed to sell any of his books, he knew that I would be a buyer that is that's going to make the transaction easy for him and is local. So that's important to him as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was quite the day, and it was Thanksgiving weekend, so we had some time to be able to drive and meet up with other sellers and buyers. But if you guys like these type of videos, I want you guys to go ahead and hit the thumbs up, because it really helps And also, if you guys want to catch future videos that I'm going to be uploading, please subscribe to my channel. And with that, guys, I want to thank you for joining me here on Comics with Bonics. And as always, I want to encourage you to collect your passion. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.